Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good start to your Labor Day 2020 weekend, as well as a good TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And I decided to finally just come out here and do an updated room tour, kind of give you an idea of what has changed, what has not changed, what's been added, what has been re-added, and what the plans are potentially for a future switch up before the year is out to kind of refresh the room a little bit within the next several months. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so upon entering, you may say that everything looks pretty much the same, right? Well, if you look to the left here, we have my Sonic SatAM Complete Series poster. This was basically what I did is I downloaded the image off Google or off the internet, went to my job, had them blow it up to poster size, and then originally I had it displayed in a frame that I hung up in my previous room in Patterson and then here in Newman. Now you might wonder why I don't have it in a frame now. Well, long story short, basically this area here where you see the Sparkle 7, BronyCon, and the picture of Celestia and Luna, this is where it was originally hung up. And what happened one day is, I don't know if the windows were open or, what the reasoning was, but the adhesiveness on the command strips that held the frame up gave way. Basically, the adhesives on the hooks, like these, that held up the command strip gave way and the poster fell. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to put it in the garage and wait until the time was right to bring it back out. And this past weekend, I decided to do just that. Or this past week, I decided to do just that. And that's why it's now displayed the way it is. It doesn't have the frame, but what it has is what's known as Post-its. Post-its adhesives, which are these things here. I'm using those to hold this up on the wall. Now, I do have to push this corner back a few times because, one of the Post-its adhesives is, giving way, so it kind of falls forward a little bit. So I have to press it back, hold it for about 30 seconds, and then it stays. So eventually I may have to put a new one behind there to support it and keep it up. Now, the SatAM one is not the only poster that I brought back into my room from the garage, took out of its frame and used Post-its to display it. Nope. The other one is the Zootopia one. This one I had hanging up around here. I don't know if it was above my desk, where the Transformers one is. I can't remember. But what happened is, long story short, the adhesive on the command strips, just like with the SatAM poster, were starting to give way. And the poster looked like it was about ready to fall. And it also was kind of out of scale with its frame. The frame was actually bigger than the poster, so it looked a little awkward. And then, like I said, on top of that, it looked like the adhesive was letting loose and the frame was about to fall. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take it down and I'm going to put it in the garage and I'm going to wait until the time is right to bring it back out. And along with the SatAM poster this past week, that's exactly what I did. And just like with the SatAM poster, I used the Post-it adhesives to stick it onto the wall so it will, be displayed when people come in. Now, besides these two re-editions, not really much has indeed changed. I mean, first of all, there are a few new display pieces. I think I've shown these before. But for example, we have the Godzilla 1954 display piece, which they do still sell at my job, but you got to really wait for it to come into stock or really look for it. So that's one of the new things. Then right here we have Ectotron, which is part of the crossover series between Transformers and Ghostbusters, released by Hasbro. Then we have here something that was recently purchased. This is my Earthrise hoist figure. So that was recently added. And then, of course, behind that is Scarlet of G.I. Joe. And then, of course, this is the alternate universe, basically sleep mode Optimus Prime that was added. And then on top of that, we have my Harley Quinn figure, which is an adult figure. This is for adult collectors. This is one of those big ones. And then we have Grapple and, Soundwave and, that. Then here we have the new Celestia figure that was advertised. I'll probably talk about that later. But let's just say its gimmick, you wonder if they're going to showcase that in the Pony Life series. And speaking of Pony Life, basically I do have some Pony Life stuff here. Among my other pony figures and stuff. So pretty much that's about it there. Just stuff's pretty much the same as it usually is. It's pretty much the same as it usually is. Here, of course, though, are the HDMI cables for the SNES and the TurboGrafx. Yeah, a company called Level Hike, along with some other companies, finally developed a way for people to connect the consoles, the old school consoles, to the HDMI televisions and play them in 720p at the highest. So at least that's something. And then of course we have my 8-bit Duo controllers right here. My Super Nintendo one and my Genesis one. And then my PXN Fight Stick arcade stick, which is really good when it comes to fighting games. And then, of course, my MLP book collection here, along with the newest edition, which is issue 1 of the Transformers My Little Pony Friendship in Disguise crossover. Have Fluttershy, Diamond Select Toys Bank added to Rarity and Applejack. Then, of course, my big Talking Twilight one. A figure that I got, the one that was promoted when the movie came out. And then, of course, like I say, everything else is pretty much the same. That was a Walmart exclusive. The boat, the ship, the airship, if you will. Just pretty much everything is, all around the same, if you will. Got Soul Calibur as the newest game, and Street Fighter as well, and Sonic Mania. And then, of course, got a few new things down here. Like I got the complete series of Married with Children, as well as the complete series of Knight Rider. And then a few things that Frank had sent me, which is pretty cool. Along with stuff here as well, like the Terminator movies and stuff. I actually have the newer Terminator movie around here somewhere. I think I do. Just gotta find it. Actually, it's right there. I see it right there. The Dark Fate one, it's right there. And then, of course, I got the Sonic the Hedgehog movie on 4K Ultra HD, thanks to Frank Hill. And then, of course, a few new things that I bought myself as well. Again, everything's pretty much the same. I did switch some things up, like my Rainbow Dash kite here is now right here. Used to be over here, but instead I switched up a few things, like I took Gadget from right there where my new Rainbow Dash is and put her over here, and in place of my Rainbow Dash, and then put one of my Gundam figures, which I have over there, over here. So like I said, pretty much not much has indeed changed. There are a few switches here and there. Got my Disney Afternoon postcard up there, thanks to Frank Hill. And then basically, what else is there? Well, again, not really much. Oh, I got my Knight Rider from Jada. This is Jada Toys, the ones that did the Ghostbusters, the Bumblebee, and the Batmobile 66 vehicles. I got that finally. And so again, with a few additions here and there, not much has really changed at all, as you could tell. Now, as far as potentially future plans, now here's the thing where potentially future plans come into play, for switching things up and stuff. Here's the potential for that. Okay. Now, I wanted to do this this past Wednesday, and I was even thinking, hey, they gave me Friday off. Might as well do it today too. Didn't feel like it. But the plan basically is to, take this stuff here, disconnect all this stuff very carefully, take it, move the entertainment center to the center, if you will, and then move this shelf over to here and these shelves over to here so that I could have this right in the center. And it would make a little bit, possibly make a little bit, maybe just a little bit more room. Not saying it would. And I still plan to do that. The reason I plan to do that is one of the ideas is because they're going down in price is to get a 4K television. My original plan was to basically move this over to here, and then this week I would have, if things would have gone the way I was hoping, and plans do change, or plans do have to be held off to a later date. Basically move the entertainment center over to here, and then get a 43-inch TV to put right here. That was the plan. But again, plans have to be pushed back. They have to be altered, changed, held off kind of stuff. And that's what happened. And maybe there's a good reason for that, because recently I looked online just out of curiosity to see if maybe there were any smaller 4K televisions besides just monitors. And I saw that Best Buy had a 32-inch QLED 4K television, which is 32 inches, could fit on here, and I can take this and put it into the rec room, and then use the monitor we have in the rec room as a backup, just in case, or use the monitor to give me or my mom a better display of our laptop screens in case we got to look anything up. Mostly, for my mom, so she can probably have a better, screen to look at. But that's basically what the plan is, and hopefully before the year is out, I'll be able to initialize that plan and make it happen, because I could definitely see a little bit more room being utilized, and maybe more space for these things to be probably put on the sides of the entertainment center, that being the movies and the games. But besides that, like I said, that's hopefully something I'll take care of in the future. But again, nothing really much has changed. I mean, here we have my Sequestria Cancelot set, along with my Fortress Maximus and my Metroplex, if you will, along with the figures and collectibles around it, including my Rodimus Prime right there, or Hot Rod right there. So, again, not much has really changed. We have everything else pretty much the same here and there. So, again, not much has really changed at all, if you will. So, yeah, just, like I said, not much has changed. I mean, I do have my Snowball mic, which is right here, which I do now use. So you've been hearing, so when I do live streams and stuff, that's what I've been using. And again, not really much going on with the closet and everything. So, nothing much has changed there. But anyway, just thought I'd come on here, give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on with the room, what has changed, what's not changed, what's been added, re-added, and what the plans are in the future for potential switching, refreshing and switching things up. Oh, one thing I do want to say is that I did last night, because I had time, I did clean this up a little bit. This was like a complete mess. I mean, there was nothing but boxes and stuff in here that I didn't really need that much anymore. So I decided, you know what, if I don't need them, I'm just going to toss them out. And, that's what I did. One of them, of course, was the box with the Pirate Fluttershy, but I don't really need that. Because I don't see us moving for a long, long time. And the other one was, of course, the, what was it? The Sequestria version. Oh yeah, it was one of the things I had in there for some odd reason was the box for the Sea Pony version right there of Twilight. So yeah, I just finally decided, just to get rid of it and make a little bit more room so it could look a little bit more nicer in the future, for future use and all that. So it's pretty cool. And if you want to know, what that is right there, this is actually, believe it or not, if I can fold it out, this is actually a Zootopia balloon. Yeah, this is actually a Zootopia balloon that I got from my job. It's deflated now, but you want to know how long this was afloat? You want to know how long that was afloat, my friends? You want to know how long? That stayed afloat even after removed. I put that in the closet, and it stayed floating up there up until like about a year or so ago, and then it started just to finally deflate. But anyway, thought I'd just come on here and give you guys, like I said, an updated room tour, let you know what has changed, what hasn't, what's been added, re-added, and potentially what future plans are for changing up, switching up the room, hopefully before the year's out. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Oh yeah, and just one more thing, I did re-add some of my books and stuff that I had stored in there. So as you can see right there, they're right there, along with my original PS4 controller. But again, guys, let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. And if there's any smaller HD, and if you guys know of any smaller 4K HD televisions out there, than the 32 inches, let me know down below. Comment if you like. But thank you all for watching, and I am out.